Well guys, I feel like I've honestly cursed my DIY van build. So we've been out today just for a walk with the dogs up into the Cheviot. Now we set off this morning and I went to stick the fridge on just so I could put a few bits in the fridge, and the fridge wouldn't switch on. So basically it turns out that all of the electrics in the van are dead. I mean, the van itself is working okay, so it starts, runs and drives, but all of the kind of habitat electrics are completely dead. So we're going to get into it now and see what the issue is. As the system is completely dead, the first thing I'm going to have a look at is the leisure battery. Now the leisure battery is buried down in this cupboard in the very bottom, so I'll have to get it up and get the stuff out, get the access panel out so we can access the battery. Well, it's awfully dark in there. I know the lighting's probably not the best because I've just got my torch on the go here, but there we go. So that is my battery down in the bottom of there. I think what we'll do is we'll grab the multimeter and just do a quick test on the battery and see what the voltage is. Hopefully you can kind of see, at least me, so we'll do a quick voltage test. Oh, if I can get in here. I mean, you don't ever think you're going to be working on these sort of things all that often, but never mind. Right. It looks like the battery is completely flat. It's only reading millivolts and not, it's like 7.6 millivolts. So not even a volt. Well, that would explain why it's completely dead, but why is it completely dead is the question. I think what I'll do is get my battery charger and just connect it on and see what it does. Right, I'll do that now. I mean, I'm not sure why I was going to go and get my other battery charger when this has got an onboard battery charger. All what I really need to do is plug a short cable in and then have a look from there. Right, I'll plug the short cable in. We'll try that. I mean, as luck would have it, I have got an adapter for this connector to plug it into a normal socket. But my garage has got 16 amp plug sockets. Turn that on. Job's a good one. Now my battery charger is down in here. That is it there. Now, actually, thinking about it, I think the last time we used the 240, I think it was on the inverter. Have I left the inverter on? Right, well, we're going to find out. Right, I'll switch the charger on. There's the charger on. Well, the charger's making a noise. You probably can't hear that, but... Right, we'll check what my voltage is doing. And make sure there's charge getting to the battery. Right, so that is the meter set DC again. I mean, it's definitely doing something because I can hear it. You get a kind of tell off electrics, you can hear when stuff's happening. I mean, we're still... Oh, I think it's just that flat. It's some funny readings there. It's flicking between volts and millivolts now. Right, I think what we'll do is we'll just leave that for half an hour or so. It definitely sounds like it's doing something. And then we'll come back and check it again. So just while that is charging there, I think I have figured out what's happened. Now, it was a couple of weeks ago, we were doing a bit of a support vehicle role for my daughter's sponsored walk that they did to raising funds for one of our school trips that's coming up. So they were doing a 10-mile walk. Anyway, we had the van it's kind of roughly about the halfway point, and we're making hot dogs and things like that. Now, I'm pretty sure that was the last time I had the van on, in terms of using anything, the electrics in the back. And obviously, just because we were parked up near a park, we're just using the inverter to run the microwave and things like that. And I have a sneaky suspicion that I've possibly left the inverter switched on. So this is probably my fault. It's not the first time this has happened, to be honest. I have flattened my leisure battery completely once before, but just fingers crossed it hasn't totally destroyed it, because obviously lead acid batteries, well, this is an AGM battery, they don't particularly like being ran completely flat, so we'll just have to keep our fingers crossed and see if it pulls through. But it has made us think a little bit, and you know, I have got the induction hob and things like that to go into this van, which will be coming up in a future video quite soon. But I think what I want to do is, because at the minute, to change over from shore power to running the sockets on the inverter, I've got to kind of switch in that little cupboard. You've got to flick over, switch the inverter on, and then switch the battery charger off. I think I might rejig how all that works a little bit when I put the induction hob in. And I want a remote switch, very at least a remote switch for the inverter. And I think I want some sort of, you know, an indicator light through in the front of the van to tell us when that is switched on. So hopefully that'll prevent this sort of thing happening again. Right, well, we'll just leave that charging for a bit longer, and then fingers crossed the battery is okay. Well, that's been charging now for a couple of hours. Obviously, power is obviously coming back because I've got the internal light on. So obviously when I switched the power panel on, obviously that's lighting up now, and obviously the light's working. But we'll just have a check and see what voltage we've got. So it's sitting at 12.5, which is still, normally you'd expect a 12 volt battery to be charging at about 14. But like I say, I don't know if it's just because I've never actually checked this charger to see what it charges at, to be honest. But it's definitely charging there anyway. But tell you what I'll do, I'll go and unplug the charger and see what the voltage settles at. Right, well that is the show power turned off, so the battery charger is off now. And what I was saying, 11.6, no, not 6, 11.9. It's hovering a bit around about there. Switch that light off, see Mr. Evans. Yeah, it's kind of stabilised. 11.9 we'll call it. So it is still quite flat at the minute, but what I want to do, it's definitely charging there, it is coming back. But what I want to check is, so obviously we've been out in the van today and it's probably been driven for a good 2 hours-ish. And it hasn't charged the battery at all through the battery charger. Now, I'm just wondering if the CTEC actually, if the battery voltage was pretty much zero, well, it wouldn't even try and charge it. I don't know if it's that intelligent enough, but stick a comment down below if it should have charged, if you do know that. But what I'm going to do now is I'll just fire the van up and then we'll check the voltage again. Right, so that is the van running. Let's see what voltage is at there now. Right, that's come back up to 12.6 and it's rising. So it's definitely charging there. I don't know actually if I can see. Yeah, I'll see if I can show you, but yeah, both the lights actually on the CTEC are lit up there now. So it definitely is charging. And like I say, going off the voltage it is as well. Yeah, it's now at 12.7 there now, so it definitely is charging. Anyway, so that must, I'm going to put that down to the CTEC, obviously knowing that, well, not knowing, but obviously there was probably nigh enough zero voltage there. So, you know, hopefully that's all it's been, and fingers crossed my battery will live another day. Well, fingers crossed the battery is going to survive this one. Like I say, this is the second time the battery's been fully discharged, but fingers crossed we'll be all right. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave it not charging now because it's getting on a bit. So I'll get back from work tomorrow night. I shall stick it on charge again and give it a good few hours on charge and then come back and check the voltages again. Well, I'm pleased to say it is good news for my leisure battery. We're actually a couple of weeks down the road from the last clip. Now, basically, I did charge the van for a couple of nights after the last clip, just kind of stuck it on for a couple of hours just to give the battery a good charge up. The battery came back to fully charged and we have used the van a couple of times since then. So we've had a couple of days out using the fridge and just generally using the electrics, and it's been absolutely fine. I don't know if you can see it on the panel, but obviously all the electrics are on, the lights are on, that sort of thing. So like I say, we've given it a try on a couple of different days, and the kind of, we've had a bit of a short journey somewhere, left the fridge on kind of for sort of half a day while we've kind of been down to the beach a couple of times, to be honest. But yeah, everything seems to be fine. It looks like we're getting away with not totally destroying the battery. Has it knocked a bit of longevity out of the battery? Quite possibly, because like I said earlier in the video, this isn't the first time that I've ran the battery completely flat. Now, this has exposed a pretty big design flaw in my self-build conversion. Now, obviously, when we built the van, I did want to have off-grid power, so we could use a microwave or any 240-volt electrical appliances. So it was always going to have an inverter. Now, the way I did it, I've basically got shore power coming in, and then that distributes out throughout the van. But then we've also got the inverter that can supply all the same sockets in the van. Now, to get that to work, I put like a 3-position switch in. So basically one position, I think it's 3-position, but anyway, one position is on the kind of shore power. So if you're plugged in on site or plugged in at home, and the other position is the inverter running all of the sockets in the van. Now, it works absolutely fine, but I do obviously have to remember to switch the battery charger off, because you wouldn't want the inverter powering the battery charger trying to charge the battery, because then it would just, it would just keep a cycle of running the battery down and down and down. So you've got to make sure you switch the battery charger off when you're using the inverter. So it's not the best setup, and obviously I've managed to leave the inverter switched on, which is completely flattened the battery. So I think I need to come up with a better solution for, how my inverter is connected into the van and how I know when it's switched on, because it's buried down below here, so I can't physically see it. I have hinted about it in a couple of videos, but I am going to turn this van to completely gasless. So the gas hob will be coming out, and I have got an induction hob to go in. So when I pull all this to bits to do that, I'm going to figure out a better solution for the inverter. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe and keep an eye out for that video coming soon. And I hope watching this video helps you with a van build, or if you've got anything like I have, it's just a reminder to obviously switch inverters and things like that off. So that just leaves me to say, I hope you've got some value from this video, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.